Hello, welcome to Tiger Lilith Tarot. This is going to be a full moon spread for Cancer placements. Hello, Cancers. How you guys doing? Hope everyone's good and well. We're going to be taking a look at the full moon in December 18th. And this full moon is the farthest away it could be from the Earth at the moment. The moon itself is. So the effects of the full moon might be felt not as strongly. The full moon usually illuminates, but because the moon itself is far away from the Earth right now, might not be as illuminating as usual. So I do hope that this spread helps to bring some things to light. And then at the end of the reading, I'm going to pull an oracle card, and we're going to see how you can integrate the Gemini energy. It's a full moon in Gemini. How you can integrate that with Sagittarius energy, since we are in Sagittarius season. In Cancer, these are supposed to be spreads for the new from the new moon to the full moon, so that's just the past 2 weeks. But the spreads that I've done before this, and I will say same feeling with this one, they've all felt like either 6-month spreads from the new moon in Gemini in June until now, or as much as 2 to 3 years. So take the time period that resonates for you with, what fits here. But let's take a look. So in the energy of where to show gratitude, where to be grateful, what has come to fruition, and Spirit is trying to tell you to look at this area, is the High Priestess. So I feel like the past 2-3 years, you're just very connected, right? You have become almost I feel like the High Priestess is a spiritual leader. The High Priestess is not moving, however. So it's possible for the past 2 months, or 2 weeks, 6 months, or 2 to 3 years, you've felt in a very kind of reserved energy. It's almost like you've known. I get the feeling that you've known something. There's been a lot of mystery in your life, possibly. And I think Spirit is asking to show gratitude for any mysteries in life, or any profound knowledge that you've gained through your intuition in the past cycles that I've mentioned. Let's see, with what cycle are you breaking? Here we have the Four of Cups. So again, I feel like the cycle that you're breaking here, and where to show gratitude. I get the feeling that the past possibly 2 to 3 years have felt a little stagnant for you. You felt maybe a little apathetic, not really seeing the good in things, having a hard time getting to the goodness, having a hard time finding connection with others. And so that's almost like you've been retreating in solitude. You felt like you've had to, because you're really not finding union. And I think your other reading, the one I did before this for you guys, I think talked about this as well, about having a hard time finding connection. This could just be a sign of the times as well, have to do with COVID. But there's something about a dissatisfaction. It's a cycle you're breaking, though. But again, because you're breaking the cycle, it kind of tells me that there have been a lot of disappointments, dissatisfaction, almost disillusionment. But I get the feeling that you, with the High Priestess, your intuition is telling you something. It's almost like you're feeling disillusioned by those around you, because it's not aligning with what you know to be true for you with the High Priestess. Knowledge that you've gained intuitively. What is in the spotlight here? What to embrace? We have the Hermit. The Hermit is a deep soul-searching energy. It is retreating into solitude again. It's a lot of potential energy here. A lot of ruminating, connecting to nature, being in nature, connecting to even the past, possibly. Almost like universal truths with the High Priestess and the Hermit, connecting universal truths to your own inner knowledge. And it's asking to embrace that inner knowledge that you have gained here with the Hermit, right? And this, you could have gained this knowledge, but by, not by going out into nature, but just by being in nature, right? Quieting your mind. Because the Hermit is withdrawing from the external world. So you awaken something by withdrawing, and you're communing with your own wisdom, the wisdom of your inner self. So embrace that aspect. I do feel like maybe it's time to move forward, though, with all this slow energy here, but we'll see. So the Queen of Cups here, this is where you could be feeling conflicted. Yeah, that makes sense with the Four of Cups, because you're feeling apathetic, bored, disillusioned by what's around you. This could be energies, you know, in your home, your immediate environment, the world. I almost get the feeling that it's a bigger energy, like almost a world energy. We'll see when we clarify. But you're having a hard time finding the love, finding your own compassion. This Queen of Cups, I think in this particular deck, they have it, related to Scorpio here with the Scorpion. But I think of the Queen of Cups as very much Cancer energy. It's a very nurturing, wanting to take care of others in an emotional way. This is someone that's, to me, very affectionate, right? And you rule the intuitive and emotional senses. So you're feeling you're feeling conflicted with this Hermit and High Priestess energy. You're having a hard time connecting it, and I think that has to do with the Four of Cups, the disillusionment that you're feeling. What to put to use, lessons from the past 2 weeks or 6 months or 2 to 3 years, is the Six of Cups. I feel like this is asking you to look back to your childhood. The Six of Cups has been coming up a lot in the spreads that I've done. So I feel like there's maybe collectively a lot of need to look back, look to the past to see. And I'm not talking about the past, like just the past 2-3 years. I really am referring to childhood. The Six of Cups is innocence, nostalgia, childhood. It's, to me, saying not only to get back to the playful energy, but to put to use a healing energy from childhood that you learned with this High Priestess energy and the Hermit. Your overall guiding energy, magic and wisdom card is the Emperor. Yeah, and I feel again like you've learned something, and you're going to stand very very strong in what you know, right? The Emperor can be considered the earthly father, and you're clear-sighted right now. This is expression of will and ambition, your solid foundation of law and order. So something came together, or is trying to come together for you in a big way, Cancer. But this Queen of Cups and Six of Cups, I feel like this is the answer here. We'll see again right now when we clarify. Let's see, what's at the bottom of the deck here? The Knight of Swords. You're thinking clearly right now, and I feel like it's asking you to embody this kind of Knight of Swords energy. Not to charge ahead slaying dragons like that card is implying, but with this Emperor here, said you're very clear, you're clear-sighted. The Emperor this Emperor has a lot around him that could possibly distract him or be dangerous, right? A lion could be very dangerous. The crow is symbolic of of a messenger of death here. But the Emperor is not distracted by any of those things. Clear-sighted, he's looking straight ahead. Has to do with law and order. So what you consider law and order, and again, I feel like this is a bigger energy. The law and order going on around you could just be people, like, you could have just felt very wronged in the past, and you feel like wrongs are being, like things are wrongs are being writ, if you will. All right, let's see. The High Priestess. Where to show gratitude. What has reached its peak? The Devil. Okay. I feel like you've learned some lessons is what this is saying with this card. The High Priestess with the Devil. I feel like you had a lot of temptation the past 2 to 3 years or 6 months or 2 weeks. And maybe you succumb to it at times. You could have had some codependent relationships, and that could have possibly what led to this Four of Cups, kind of feeling disillusioned. But I don't feel like I feel like you learned the lessons because the High Priestess is here. I feel like you're connected to the lessons. But yeah, the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck right here. There is disappointment though about something. You bear, like there was a burden that you bore of multiple people's emotions almost, and it cracked you. There's disappointment there, regret. But I feel like these are, like I said, I think the Devil is lessons and you've learned them. Let's see the Four of Cups. With the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is under the cycle that's where you're breaking a cycle. Another four. The fours are about stability and balance. So it's retreating to get the perspective though as well. So I think that there could be a cycle balance. Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly. See, these pentacles are all connected by this ribbon here, which means that they are all working together. If one of those pentacles is removed, the ribbon loses its shape, loses its form. So something was or is breaking down, and it's something you were holding on very tightly to. And it's something that affected you deeply with the Hermit being here, because you had to really retreat and look deep inside of yourself for the answers. Let's see, with the Hermit, what to embrace. What to embrace. Another four. Lots of fours here. The Emperor is a four as well. Four of Swords, what to embrace. Rest and relaxation. Retreat, pulling away. Again, to get a better perspective. Mental clarity. Trying to... it's like you're really trying to sort things out. That with the Emperor being the overall energy, for yourself, the Emperor can be about boundaries, right? Having our own boundaries sorted out so that we know what we will allow and what we won't allow, and that's so that we can be clear-sighted when messages come in that might be dangerous, like a lion or a crow or something along those lines. But this is a rest after struggling, so I feel like it's saying embrace the time to rest. If you haven't been taking time to rest, I would do that. I think that that's really, because something is shaking the foundation here with the Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Something you held on to very tightly, but that also brought you, I almost feel like it made you not trust yourself, Cancer. That's the feeling that I'm getting. With the Queen of Cups, we have the Page of Wands for where you're feeling conflicted. It's almost like you have a message to send, something you've been contemplating about a great deal. You've been a student about something you've learned, like I said, and like you're getting ready to send the message. The Queen of Cups is here. You're having a hard time connecting to your own compassion though, and that's why you can't send the message. The Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck here, and we have the Six of Cups again. I really do feel like this has to do with nostalgia, looking to your past, maybe even reuniting with people like childhood friends. This could be reuniting with family too. It could just be getting back together with, cousins and things like that you grew up with, neighborhood, kids that you might have hung out with while growing up. Well, okay. Yeah, see, this definitely has to do with your home. I really feel like it's about where you were, like, born and raised. With the Four of Wands coming out to clarify the Six of Cups. And another card came out, the Fool. Yeah, this is what to put to use. Embrace this naive, playful, nostalgic, getting back together with friends and with family. Put to use. You've learned lessons. with the High Priestess and the Devil. Trust yourself. Trust that it won't be disappointing this time, Cancer, and cause you to have to take this big rest and retreat inside of yourself. It's really possible with the holidays being here that this spread is saying that something with family happened in the past that caused you to really have to stand in this or become this Emperor energy and find your boundaries, define your boundaries, because you were too giving and you felt hurt. Someone hurt your heart, right? Okay, the Emperor is here with the Two of Swords, clarifying it. Yeah, this hurt caused you to pull back emotionally, to not be able to see things from any other perspective. That's why we have the Four of Cups here, I think. And the Four of Swords, and the Hermit, the High Priestess. That's why all of this pulling back was necessary. Because you were emotionally blocked. You couldn't see something like that. All you had to do was turn around and see it. There were two things bound together. You could only see two choices. And it's almost like the moon. There was a third option, and you just weren't able to see it. But you're clear-sighted now with the Emperor. You had to gain that clear sight. Yeah, the Hermit again, by going deep inside. Retreating, right? I almost feel like this Hermit is like in a sweatsuit. Like he has sweatpants on. He's sitting, he's just like, he's chilling on a tree. He is trusting himself above all else, too. Trust yourself, Cancer, and I think that'll lead you to the love that you're looking for, the compassion that you feel almost like someone like it's been taken from you. With this Devil energy, it's almost like like these temptations just kept coming. These temptations in the material world. And that doesn't necessarily mean money. It could just be in the form of people wasting your time and energy, like you were just buying into things. And I think you were like being not naive, but just very kind-hearted, and you were taken advantage of. And that's why there's this suggestion of getting back to that Six of Cups, the Fool energy, the Four of Wands, feeling stable about being playful and just letting loose with other people, and then being able to go home and comfortably rest your head somewhere and not worry about being judged or the temptations that might follow. So let's see, the card here we have listening. Okay, that is the suggestion for how to merge the Gemini full moon energy with Sagittarius. Gemini, third house is how we live our day-to-day life. Sagittarius is the 9th house of our life philosophies and ideologies. So this is a merging of those two energies, a chance to merge them. So by listening, it says, a solitary winged maiden reclines in the canopy of a woodland glade. Her resplendent wings turn inward as she purposefully takes time to engage in listening to the songs of her feathered friends, the birds. Okay. It says, by drawing this card, the higher power urges you to be open, responsive, and present in your approach to life. By listening carefully, you will not only gain new insight and perspective, but also bequeath others with one of the most precious gifts of all. Okay. So listening. That is all I have for you, Cancer. I hope this helped. If this resonated, please like, subscribe, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Take care, and I will see you on the next one.